Hello, it's me, Oscar from Marijuana Garden.
All ancient peoples needed clean water. Water was essential for drinking and for cooking. It was also vital for farming and for daily hygiene. Great cities often grew near reliable water sources like rivers or lakes. However, these water sources were not always pure or safe to drink. Sometimes the water carried dirt and harmful germs. People could become very ill from drinking contaminated water. This presented a significant problem for early communities as they grew larger. Finding ways to make water safe for consumption was a constant and pressing concern for survival and health. Securing a consistent supply of clean water was a major challenge. Early civilizations developed simple methods to try and improve their water quality. One common technique was to let water stand undisturbed in large clay pots. This process, known as settling, allowed heavier particles like mud and silt to sink to the bottom over time. People would then carefully scoop the clearer water from the top. Boiling water was another important method used by many cultures. Heating water to a rolling boil could kill many of the dangerous microorganisms that cause diseases. Some groups also used basic filters, such as passing water through woven cloth to remove larger debris. These were fundamental but crucial first steps in water treatment. Over time, some ancient societies began to develop a more sophisticated understanding of water purification. They started to observe natural processes more closely. For instance, they might have noticed that water flowing through sandy riverbeds often became clearer. This observation could have sparked early ideas about filtration. People began to experiment with different natural materials to see if they could clean water more effectively. This marked an important shift from relatively passive methods like settling to more active and intentional purification techniques. This new way of thinking and experimenting was vital for the development of more advanced water systems in the ancient world. The Maya civilization, which flourished in the tropical regions of Mesoamerica, faced unique and considerable water challenges. They built magnificent cities with large populations, often in areas without many year-round rivers. Their environment was characterized by distinct rainy seasons, followed by long, harsh, dry seasons. This meant that storing vast quantities of rainwater was absolutely essential for their survival. However, simply storing water was not enough. Keeping that stored water clean and safe to drink was an even more critical task. The Maya demonstrated remarkable ingenuity and skill in managing their precious water resources. We are continually learning more about their advanced techniques. Tikal was one of the most powerful and populous city-states in the ancient Maya world. This impressive urban center was situated deep in the tropical rainforest of what is now northern Guatemala. Supporting its large population required a substantial and reliable supply of water. Since there were no major rivers flowing directly through Tikal, the Maya engineered an extensive system of man-made reservoirs to capture and store rainwater. The Corriental reservoir was one of Tikal's largest and most important sources of water for its inhabitants. Archaeologists have carefully studied these reservoirs, and their findings reveal a great deal about the advanced engineering capabilities of the Maya civilization. During investigations of the sediment layers within the Corriental reservoir, a team of researchers made an astonishing discovery. They found distinct layers that contained significant amounts of zeolite and crystalline quartz. These particular minerals are not naturally found in large quantities in the immediate vicinity of Tikal. This strongly suggested that the Maya had intentionally sourced these materials from elsewhere and brought them to the reservoir. The discovery was published by a multidisciplinary team of archaeologists, geologists, and anthropologists. They meticulously analyzed the composition of the reservoir sediments to confirm their findings, which pointed to a deliberate water purification effort. The timeline of this Maya water filtration system is incredibly significant. Evidence suggests that this system was in use perhaps as far back as 2,000 years ago. This makes it one of the oldest known examples of intentional water purification using zeolite in the world. Importantly, this Maya innovation predates comparable systematic uses of such sophisticated mineral filtration techniques in Europe by many centuries. This discovery fundamentally challenges previous assumptions about the technological capabilities of ancient non-Western civilizations. The Maya were clearly innovators in fields we are only now fully appreciating. They were pioneers in water science. This remarkable finding at Tikal has profoundly changed our understanding of ancient Maya society. It demonstrates that the Maya possessed a deep and practical knowledge of geology and material science. They were able to identify specific minerals with useful properties and then engineer systems to exploit those properties for the benefit of their community. This was not a result of mere chance. It was the product of careful observation, experimentation, and intelligent application of knowledge. This advanced understanding of their natural environment allowed them to thrive and sustain large urban populations in what could be a very challenging tropical setting. It adds yet another dimension to their already impressive list of achievements. The Maya likely constructed a layered filtration system at the entrance points of the Corriental reservoir. Water, primarily rainwater runoff, would have been directed to flow through this system before it entered the main body of the reservoir for storage. It is hypothesized that this filter was composed of several distinct layers. These layers would have probably included coarse sand, perhaps some gravel, and then the crucial elements of zeolite and quartz. This arrangement would create a multi-stage cleaning process, with each layer contributing to the removal of different types of impurities. The system was cleverly designed to purify the water as it was collected. Zeolite minerals are powerful natural purifiers, and their effectiveness comes from their unique physical and chemical structure. These minerals act like molecular sieves. Their porous nature allows them to trap various contaminants as water passes through them. Zeolites are particularly good at removing certain heavy metals, such as mercury and arsenic, which can be highly toxic. They can also filter out some harmful microbes and other organic toxins that might be present in untreated water. As the water flowed through the zeolite layer in the Maya filter, these undesirable impurities would become absorbed onto the mineral's surfaces, making the water significantly cleaner and safer. The key properties that make zeolites so effective are their microporous nature and their ion exchange capacity. Zeolites are aluminosilicate minerals with a highly regular and open crystalline framework. This framework is characterized by a vast network of tiny pores and interconnected channels, often likened to a microscopic honeycomb. This intricate structure provides an enormous internal surface area relative to the mineral's volume. Furthermore, zeolites possess ion exchange capabilities. This means they can capture undesirable ions, like those of heavy metals, from the water and exchange them for other more benign ions, such as sodium or potassium, which are part of the zeolite structure. Quartz, specifically crystalline quartz sand, was also identified as a key component of the Tikal filtration system. Quartz sand is an excellent and widely recognized filter medium. Its primary role in water purification is the physical removal of suspended particles and sediments from the water. This helps to clarify the water, making it look cleaner and also removing particulate matter that could harbor bacteria. In the Maya system, the quartz layer might have served as a pre-filter, removing larger particles before the water reached the zeolite. Alternatively, it could have been mixed with the zeolite to enhance the overall filtration process. The Maya clearly selected their materials with care. The combination of zeolite and quartz in the Tikal water filtration system would have been remarkably effective for its time. This natural filter had the capability to remove not only visible sediment but also a range of harmful microbes, such as certain bacteria and protozoa. Crucially, it could also absorb and remove dissolved toxic compounds, including heavy metals and potentially harmful substances produced by cyanobacteria in the reservoirs. This level of purification would have significantly improved the public health of Tikal's inhabitants. Access to cleaner water drastically reduces the incidence of waterborne diseases like dysentery and other gastrointestinal infections, which were common threats in ancient urban environments. While the Maya system at Tikal is a standout example, other ancient cultures also recognize the value of certain minerals for water management. The Romans, for instance, sometimes used specific types of volcanic tuff, which can have zeolitic properties, in the construction of their famous aqueducts. This was thought to help keep the water fresh as it traveled long distances to their cities. In ancient China, various minerals were utilized in traditional medicine, and some of these, possibly including certain zeolites, were prized for their perceived purifying or detoxifying qualities. However, the system discovered at Tikal represents a very direct, large-scale and sophisticated application of mineral-based technology, specifically for drinking water purification. The Mayas' deliberate use of zeolite filtration showcases their incredibly advanced understanding of their natural environment. They were keen observers and, effectively, empirical scientists. They were able to identify the unique properties of different rocks and minerals, and then apply this knowledge to solve critical engineering challenges like providing clean water for a large city. This indicates a level of sophisticated material science and hydroengineering that was not widely prevalent in the ancient world. Their ability to develop such a system underscores their intellectual achievements and their capacity for innovation. They systematically harnessed natural materials for complex technological solutions. The discovery of the Tikal zeolite water purification system is of immense significance. It effectively rewrites a chapter in the history of technology, demonstrating that sophisticated water treatment methods were developed independently in the Americas much earlier than previously thought. It highlights the ingenuity of the Maya people, who were able to build and sustain magnificent cities in a demanding tropical environment, partly because of such advanced practices. While this specific knowledge may have been lost for many centuries following the decline of the classic Maya civilization, its rediscovery is profound. Today, zeolites are a key component in many modern water filters, a testament to the enduring power of a material the ancient Maya understood and utilized long ago.